let's talk about what your favorite episode was of the Band of Brothers.
Wow, I mean, I was I'm a big fan of episode 6. I think that episode Bastogne was a very special episode, not only because it was an episode where Walter Smokey Gordon got badly injured, but also just because I just think that Shane did such a fantastic job, and I love the intimacy of that episode. You know, really getting inside the foxholes with these guys and really starting to see what they were going through without the equipment and the resources, and you know, being bombarded all the time and during the snow. I mean, it was just an amazing feat of survival for those guys to kind of go through that. So I would definitely say episode 6 off the bat. And I'm also, I mean, I think also episode 7 is also amazing. I think that's a phenomenal episode, as well as episode 9. I'm a big fan of the episode where they go into the concentration camp. That's a very, very moving episode, and I think very apt that they called it Why We Fight. You know, it's a very special episode. There's a scene at the end of episode 3 with Scotty Grimes when he goes into the laundrette and he picks up the washing.
Yes.
Every time I watch that scene, it gets me, because he does such a fantastic job of just showing the shock of what he's feeling inside, but trying to kind of control it as she starts to ask if she can give him some of the other washing of some of the other guys who haven't picked up their laundry. And it's just a tiny scene, but an amazing job. I think Scott was so amazing in that scene, and it really gets me. And she starts to read out the names of the guys who haven't made it. That's definitely a favourite scene of mine from the show.
Yeah, no, it's very powerful for Scotty to stand there, and when he does the double take, when she gives him the first batch of, can you give him these guys? Well, yeah, and then he gets to the door, he stops. You see him processing the information and whether or not he wants to go ahead and ask the question, and then it almost looks like he forces himself. He has to know who else she's holding laundry for, and then he stops and he turns slowly and looks at her and says, "Who else can I deliver?" And you just know the look on his face that he's dealing with every emotion known to man that's not good.
Yeah. I've got such a lot of respect for Scotty Grimes. I think he did such an amazing job. There's another scene actually in episode, I think it's episode 3, when they're talking about spears. They're trying to kind of decipher what happened with the POWs and whether he asks for a light and then he guns them all down. And there's another scene, a double take from Scott Grimes in that scene. He's just able as an actor to just portray such a subtle inner emotion on his face, and that's such a wonderful wonderful skill as an actor, to be able to do so much with doing so little, if that makes sense. And I think he really does an amazing job. Throughout the series, but particularly those 2 scenes.
No, I think Scotty Grimes would make an exceptional silent film star, because of the range of emotions he can portray with eyes and facial tics alone. The movements that he has is it's reminiscent of the old silent movies where
absolutely.
you couldn't show emotion without using your face.
It's a really important skill for actors, and particularly on film. It's a very important skill to learn, and doing very little, but kind of conveying so much. And I think Scott does that so very well. I've told him a few times that I just think he really nails that.
Without a doubt.
Megan Fitzgerald from Canada wanted to know: did you take time off like Shane Taylor did to raise a family, etc.?
No, I didn't. I finished band, and I basically have been kind of working, alternating between theatre, film, and TV. And I was very lucky to meet a wonderful lady a couple of years ago, who is now my wife, and she's amazing, and she's really inspirational to me, and I love her to bits. And we got married last June, and actually this trip that we're on at the moment is kind of our second honeymoon. We were due to actually fly to Cancun in Mexico last year after our wedding, and swine flu hit. And because it hit, or I think it was quite bad in Cancun in Mexico, we weren't able to fly to Mexico for our honeymoon. So we ended up being able to kind of take our kind of second honeymoon this year. And so this trip from San Fran to LA, this road trip, has been very much a second honeymoon for us. And we're very, very happy and very blessed to be here, and we're hoping that a family is soon to follow. So I haven't taken any time out particularly. I've just been enjoying the acting. I've also been directing quite a lot as well. About 5 years ago, I started. I got the courage to start directing, and I've been very fascinated in directing, and I started directing a couple of plays, and then started directing some film, and that's been my other kind of passion while I've been acting, and I've been enjoying the directing very much over the last kind of few years, and hopefully long may that continue.
Now, is your wife so wonderful because she actually agreed to marry you? Or was she super wonderful beforehand, and the marriage is just a bonus?
She was wonderful beforehand, and she's even more wonderful to agree to marry me and to put up with me. No, she's amazing. I love her to bits, and as I say, I'm just so blessed to have her in my life, and she is very much a special person to put up with me. But we've only been married a year, so maybe I'll come back to you in a couple of years, and I'll let you know how we're getting on. No, I'm kidding.
She's going to punch you in the face any second now.
She's sitting to my left, kind of staring at me, wondering how to take that. But no, she's amazing, and as I say, I'm very blessed to have her in my life, and I'm just kind of enjoying kind of mixing the work and family time, trying to find ways to kind of make that work, and that's why it's important to kind of take these trips to, just have some time to kind of, enjoy the things that are really important, and then go back and, go off and do some shooting somewhere, because I've been traveling quite a lot with filming and stuff, so it's always good to be able to have some time out just to spend some time together.